Hey everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Ricky Hayes, and in today's video we're going to talk about Shopify SEO optimization guide for beginners in 2024 using AI. Okay, this is an important video because a lot has changed in the last 1 to 2 years. AI has become incredibly prevalent, and so we can use that now to help us build our store as well as further optimize our store without really much additional work. Now, I've made this sheet. If you are interested, I'll put a link in the description, and you can just use it as you sort of see fit. Pretty much all these tools are pretty much free, but I'll go through them one by one. To explain, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. It's a term used so that on search engines, primarily being Google, you can rank your website higher. Okay, it works for all search engines. Okay, there's Google, there's Bing, there's, for instance, DuckDuckGo, there's Yahoo. The main two you would want to focus on would be Google, which is what we're going to focus on today, and there's also Bing. Now, if you're interested as well, there's also Bing Webmaster Tools. That's also where you can also place your website for SEO optimization there too. But that's for another discussion. Today we're just going to focus on what everyone wants to focus on, which is always Google, right? Because it gets nearly all our traffic. I'm going to be also using AI. I use ChatGPT. You can see I have some examples here. I'm going to be going through it. I'm using the Debutify Fashion Store, which is a demo store on the Debutify website. You can see that it's here, and I'll be using that in this example to sort of discuss and further go through this accordingly, okay, for full transparency. Now, as I said, one of the important things for SEO on a website is the theme, okay? So when we say theme, the theme has to be mobile optimized, it has to be very fast. Those are the two really main things. Now, there's free themes out there. One of them is Debutify. Obviously, I am the owner of full transparency, but it is free for those who want to use it. It's optimized for conversions, okay? It's a private theme. You just make an account and you can download it, upload it to your website. It's just a zip file, and that's sort of how that works, okay? That's what I use, and that's what I'm using in this example. Really try and focus on a lot of SEO optimization within the theme, like alt tags as well as various SEO widgets, to really sort of help optimize for individuals in that way. We're also going to be focusing on keywords like just beachwear. Just keeping it very simple in this example. We're going to be using, I'm using ChatGPT 4.0. I do have the premium version, which costs $20 a month. So I use that version. We use the Google Keyword Planner. The Google Keyword Planner allows us to find keywords easily and see their sort of search volume and see what we can rank for. So we'll be using beachwear and we'll sort of find some opportunities there. And then there's also the Google Search Console. So basically you upload your website domain, so let's say www.debutify.com there, and you verify your domain. This is a one-time thing, and then basically it allows you to see analytics errors all on the back end. For full disclosure, this is pretty much, if I'm honest, what agencies do a lot of the time. So for people that are looking for agencies in terms of SEO agencies and stuff through various channels, just understand that SEO agencies are great, but they're pretty much doing the exact thing that we're sort of doing here today. So with the fact that a lot of these tools are becoming very easy and automated and transparent, you can do a lot of it yourself and save a lot of money, which is always what I recommend when times are tough, which we're in sort of tough times. So as I said, firstly, go to debutify.com. You can make a free account, okay? Now, let's go and sort of talk about the more important stuff with the ChatGPT. Okay, so we're going to use ChatGPT to make the product title, product description, as well as the AI logo image. Okay, and we can, as I said, I use the paid version, so it can make me a lot of different images. It's very, very simple. It's a great tool, hence why everyone uses it. Okay, so we're on the Debutify, the Debutify Fashion Store, and as I said, this is our testing store. We use it for a lot of things, so more than welcome to check it out. Now, in relation to this, you can see that we've got this logo. Okay, so I can change this logo. You've got the default logo, inverted logo, mobile logo, and inverted. The more you use, okay, the better. Okay, so when you make your logo, whatever that is, you can use Canva, you can use ChatGPT, whatever it is, you know, a freelancer, an agency. Obviously, logo is one of the most important things. So very important that you get your logo to your specific needs. So if we go to the AI image generator in this case, because we're focusing on AI for SEO, I'm just going to put in, I want to make a Debutify fashion logo in the women's beachwear niche with no background. Okay, so I'm doing that because I want to make a logo that doesn't have a background. You know, logos are usually white as much as possible. Okay, so you can see that that's not the logo. So I want to make a logo called Debutify fashion with a white background. Okay, I think I put in the wrong wording. Sometimes you have to change it up a little. Okay, you can see it got it close, but in terms of it actually making what we sort of need, it was definitely not correct in this instance. Okay, so you can see it's made two logos. Now, that one I don't really like. That one feels like an upper class sort of high-end fashion. This feels more beachy. Now, again, this is where you can also say that you want to, you know, great, and you can regenerate. Okay, so if you're ever not sure, you know, you can always regenerate. Okay, and it'll take a moment and it'll make some new logos sort of for you. Okay, see, again, both of these I don't like, but in this example, okay, for the sake of it, you can just download it, and then you go here onto your store, and then you go back to your header, and you can upload it there. Now, in the Debutify theme as well, you have your draw menu, your menu bar, okay, and you also have your footer. Pardon me. So you can add your logo to your footer as well. Many brands add the logo to your footer as well. You can add it down the bottom as well, which is important for your branding and SEO, because your logo is one of the most important things for SEO, because it'll actually show up in the search with that little icon. But the most important one is definitely there. Okay. Now, next we're going to talk about a product title and description. Now, for SEO, we can optimize collections and products. Okay, so a product sits within a collection. Okay, so we're going to go and have a look at this beige shirt. You can see it has a basic description. Okay, and you can see that there are meta fields. Now, meta fields are used also for SEO. I'm going to be going into that in another video, but basically you can turn your SKU variants or information into more meta fields, which is really, really important. But the key thing that we want to focus on today is the title, the description, and the search engine listing, the page title, the meta description, and the URL handle. All very important things. Okay, so to do that, we're going to use a combination of ChatGPT and the Google Keyword Planner. Okay, so we're going to go into the Keyword Planner. I have it in here. You can just click this link. It's not an affiliate, it's just the URL. You make a free account, and you have to make an account, right, for this. And then basically you want to go tools, you want to go planning, you go Keyword Planner. Now, this is generally used for marketers, okay, Google Ads marketers, marketing agencies, okay, but basically you can use it yourself, right? It's as simple as that. So what we want is, do we want to discover new words or get search volume? Okay, so when you're doing SEO, you want search volume, okay? So we're going to type in beachwear, okay? And as a result of that, we're going to see in a number of keywords. Now, by default, it's been set to Canada, so I'm going to change it to United States to make it more relatable in terms of that. So you can see that we have 1 to 10K, which is very high. Okay, you can see that if you were to run paid ads, $3.24 cost per click, which is quite high. SEO is not, you're not paying per click, it's organic, so you're getting this a lot cheaper. Okay, and The cool thing with this as well is you can also forecast and you can get keyword ideas. So if you want to have a look at other keyword ideas, okay, so now we've got the forecast. We know it's a high converting keyword. 1 to 10K is very high, okay? You can see lots of these, okay? See how a lot of them are 100 to 1K and very high is 1 to 10K, okay? So men's swim trunk, right? That's a very, men that go swimming use swim trunks, okay? So very important there. You can see that all of these are very high, naturally, just because it's a very competitive established market, okay? But let's just choose men's bathing suits as our keyword. So we're gonna focus on that because we've looked at beachwear as a starting point. We're like, this product is for men's bathing suits, okay? So what we do from here is we can start to make our product aligned to that on our Shopify store. So firstly, I'm going to put that men's bathing suit, and I'm going to then go into ChatGPT and I'm going to go a new chat. I want to make a product description around, okay, and you just sort of start from there. And I'm going to get the description first. Okay, so what I always recommend when doing these AI, right, is that you copy it and then edit it to your brand's needs, right? AI can only do so much. That last 10% must always be you. For this example, I'm just going to copy this in here. You can see how nice that looks. Okay. Now we can also go to the extent of with product specifications. Okay, product specifications are important. Okay, and you can see that just looks even more aligned. Okay, so it just took me a couple of little bit of finessing, and now I have something that just looks like it fits better for what we're trying to do. Okay, and then we can just save. Okay, so then I want a product title. I want a product title for, I want a product title for men's bathing, it was bathing suit, yep. Okay, and basically, look at that, just this fun title. Now look, you might not want to do that for your brand, okay? I don't like this. Okay, that's actually a good name, Sunsplash, right? So you can see that could be a logo name, and I could make a logo on that. That's a really good idea. Okay, but see how much nicer that's already starting to look. You can then use the AI for the images as well. Obviously for the images, I don't recommend really using AI. I recommend using real images of the product, okay? So hence why I'm not going to really do that. Now, let's talk about this. Now, page title, it's really important. I try and use about 50 characters of this. Okay, so I will put in my logo, business name. Okay, one of the things that's really important with SEO is your business. Okay, people will search it, and so you always want to put your business at the start. I always recommend that. That's just from experience. I've learnt that. You can see men's quick dry swim trunks, and then we're going to put in the original words which we had, which was men's bathing suit, because we know that it has high keyword volume. Okay, men's bathing suit. Okay, so what we're doing is we're optimizing for our brand. We've got our product title in there, so it aligns. When people click it, they're going to see the same product title, and these are good converting keywords: men, quick dry, swim trunks. So if I type in, for instance, because we've already had a look at it as well, swim trunks, you can see high keyword volume. So we can see strongly there that that has really helped us, and we've used 59, right? So we're really optimizing it. Okay, so you can see though this has only 320 characters as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, I want to make a meta description no more than 320 characters for men's bathing suit. Okay, and you'll see from here that basically we've copied that in 225 characters. Again, I strongly recommend that you optimize that to your business needs, as that is really, really important. But you can see overall that that is really simple. Now, the other important thing is the URL handle. Now, make sure you always optimize this as well. You can see how what it does is if you change it, it automatically redirects. What that basically means is if you already have this on the internet, someone clicks it, a lot of these things are cached, basically. And if someone clicks shirt, you don't want them to go to no page or 404 page, which is like an error page. You still want them to go to the same page. So it automatically creates a redirect. Okay, so here I just put it the name of the product, okay, because when you're doing it, this is the navigation of your website. Here, you're doing it for SEO. Here, it's SEO, but your brand title's already in the URL handle, okay? And you can see that's how we optimize that. Now, in the past, you used to use a lot of tags to help with SEO, and while there's a lot of stuff out there with tags that help, they don't really as much now. Let's go into collections, and let's look at best-selling products. Okay, so it's really important that with your images on your product and your collection, the main thing you want to do is put in alt text. So I'm just going to, for example here, I'm going to just start with, and then I'll use the keyword planner, best selling products. Okay, so I'm going to save that, copy it, and we're going to go into the keyword planner. And I'm pretty sure this will be a high converting one because it's a very generic related one. You can see that it, you can see if Amazon just on that note, is getting a lot. But I always like to have a bit of a look anyway, and see what we can find. Yeah, so all of these are, because of words, quite generic. That's fine as this, but always go into your image. Make sure you add an image. An image for a collection is so important, and then you can add an alt. You can also do, again, this is where you do the exact same process, okay? You have your SEO title, description, and handle, okay? Now, because you've seen exactly how to do that with the product, it's the exact same with the collection. You just align it to what the collection's called, and then from there, just use a tool like ChatGPT to do your meta description. The SEO title, obviously try and use 50 to 70 characters. The more you can use, the better. Always put your brand at the start, like that. It just looks neat. Okay, that's pretty much how you do the SEO. Okay, with the description, it doesn't matter as much about collection descriptions. Product title, it definitely does. The descriptions mainly shows on your website, but you want to, when you do a description for a collection, you don't want a ridiculous description. Okay, you want probably around 200-300 characters tops, the same as your meta title, because that's really where the SEO is. Because this could show on your website and it could make your collection look really weird. Okay, with just too much characters there. Now, the other parts we're going to discuss now that we sort of know how to do that, and we know how to use the keyword planner, is the search console. Now, I've just taken a screenshot. I just made, because I can't fully show it because I'm just had to make a test, I just called it Ricky Hayes test, right? And basically, because of the nature of this, you need to work with your DNS provider, okay? For those who are using Shopify, you can go into Shopify, you go to domains, and you can actually edit settings from here, and obviously check your website and stuff as well. You can connect domains here as well. It's really important if this is the default domain URL. Most of you are going to have a custom URL, okay? So rickyhayes.com, and you add that here. You want to make sure it's the primary. All the secondaries will redirect. You want to redirect it to the primary, okay? Because you don't want to have any URLs not going anywhere. It's just a simple little thing. because by default you always have that as well. I always recommend trying to have the name of your business in your Shopify. You can actually edit that in Shopify as well now, so you can change to a new one. You never used to be able to, but you can now. It just helps with branding, because one of the key parts with SEO and branding is your brand name. So you make sure to get that sort of aligned, and then that'll work out quite well. Okay, so there's that. The other part is your sitemap XML. Once you have set up Google Search Console and you've verified it using your DNS, so a lot of you will use like GoDaddy as an example. I use, for instance, even Amazon, or there's Google. Google's now moved actually to another product, but the point I guess I'm making at is that you then get a sitemap XML. Okay, now your sitemap XML is very, very simple. So your sitemap XML is always your domain with /sitemap XML. You can see I've done it here already, and I've just done a Google on it. So you can see this article already, and you can see that this is the Debutify Fashion one. All I've just done is literally get our URL. It's your primary URL. So I'll put this in the Google Doc as well, e.g. And what you can then do with that is you can use that and put that in Google Search Console. Okay, you can actually say, this is my sitemap XML from Shopify, because it won't automatically do it. Okay, it uses what's a term called crawling. Okay, so Google crawls the through Google Search Console to then, that's how the SEO sort of works. Okay, so very, very important that you do that. Once it's done, especially on Shopify, your sitemap XML will update automatically. Okay, so you really only have to do that once, and then the rest is you can look at Google Search Console from there. If you want a video on Google Search Console to sort of discuss further, more than happy to sort of discuss that furthermore. That's pretty much it, right? So for the most part, you now know how to use AI for your product title, product descriptions. You now know how to use Google Search Console. You now know how to use sitemap XML. All pretty straightforward stuff, all pretty much free, okay? As I said, the only one that might not be would be ChatGPT. If you want to use alternatives, there are alternatives. I just use ChatGPT. That's just my personal preference. But that's pretty much how you optimize your store using AI in 2024 for the most part, and also use it for SEO purposes. Okay, the cool thing I should add with these as well is you can save these, you can download the keyword ideas, you can even make automated reports. I recommend constantly looking at this. Now you're going to have to do this per product, per collection. Once you've done it the first time, it's very easy moving forward. And it's also important that if you're a brand or a business that's also using, let's say, integrated with Amazon, eBay, for example, that a lot of the SEO doesn't get pulled across. So you're going to have to SEO it per platform. Now there's specific tools per platform. We're talking specifically for Google or search engines themselves. Okay, so I hope that's really helped. This will also work even for YouTube, because YouTube is very integrated. Aside from that, I just wanted to say that my next video coming up, I'm going to be talking about how to integrate with Google. I'm going to also work on integrating with TikTok as well. Please let me know if you have any suggestions or feedback that you want in the description below. Other than that, I appreciate your time.